You ever find yourself wondering how long your savings are going to last on a trip? Or maybe which cell phone plan is actually the cheaper one? These feel like messy, real-world problems, but a lot of the time, they can be solved with a surprisingly simple tool, just a straight line. Today, we're going to learn how to build some really powerful predictive equations from situations you run into every day.
All right, so let's just jump right in with a classic summer dilemma. Imagine this is you. You've got this vacation fund of $3,500, but you're burning through it at a pretty steady rate. So, how long can you keep this trip going before the money is just gone? This isn't just a random question. It's a problem we can model perfectly with a line. So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with a basic blueprint for any linear model. Then, we'll figure out how to build one even when we don't know the starting point. After that, we'll apply it to a pretty surprising geometry problem, and finally, use our new skills to choose the better deal in a real-world scenario.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about our main tool. I want you to think of a linear model as a recipe. It's super simple. It only has two key ingredients. But once you know what they are, you can build a prediction for pretty much any situation that has a constant rate of change.
And here is that recipe. M of t equals mt plus b. Now, I know, letters in math can feel a little intimidating sometimes, but let's break this down. It's way simpler than it looks. All this is saying is that some future amount, m of t, is just your starting point, b, plus the steady change, m, happening over a certain amount of time, t. That's literally it. You find the start, you find the change, and boom, you've built your model.
So let's apply this to that summer budget problem. What's the starting point, our b? Well, that's easy. It's the $3,500 she already saved. And what's the constant change, the m? Well, she's spending money, so the amount is decreasing by $400 a week. And that's key. It's decreasing, so that change is negative $400. See how the story just maps directly onto our variables?
And just like that, we plug our values into the blueprint. The amount of money, m, after t weeks is negative 400 times the number of weeks plus that initial 3,500. This simple little equation now holds the entire story of her summer finances. It's pretty cool. So the big question, right? When does the money run out? To find that, we just need to figure out when the amount of money, m of t, hits 0. We solve for t, and the answer is 8.75 weeks. If you were to graph this, that's the exact point where the line representing her money just hits the 0 axis. So she's got just under 9 weeks of vacation left. Our simple model just gave us a super precise prediction.
Okay, that was pretty straightforward, right? I mean, we knew the starting point. But what happens when you don't? What if all you have are two little snapshots in time, like a before and an after? Well, no problem. We can still build a model. We just have to work backwards a little to find those starting conditions.
So, picture this, a town's population. We don't have the data from when the town was founded, at year 0. All we have are these two data points, the population in 2004 and then again in 2009. Our mission, then, is to figure out the line of growth that connects those 2 points.
And we can crack this with a simple 3-step plan. First, just to make the math way easier, we're going to pretend 2004 is our time 0. Second, we'll calculate the rate of change. You might also know that as the slope. And finally, we'll use all that info to write our full predictive model.
To find that slope, m, all we have to do is find the change in the population and divide it by the change in time. So the population grew by 1,900 people over a period of 5 years. That division gives us our rate of change.
And the result is this nice, clean number, 380. So what does that mean? It means this town is growing by about 380 people every single year. That rate of change is the engine that's going to power our predictive model.
All right, now we have both our ingredients. We know the starting population and our time 0 was 6,200, and we know the rate of change is 380 people per year. This lets us build our final equation. P of t equals 380t plus 6,200. And with this model, we can predict the future. So, for example, what will the population be in 2013? Well, that's 9 years after our start. We just plug in 9 for t, and we find the town will have about 9,620 people.
Okay, so we've modeled money, we've modeled populations. You ready to try something a little different? Let's try modeling movement on a map. Now, this is going to involve a little bit of geometry, but trust me, the core idea is exactly the same.
So here's the scene. You've got Anna and Emmanuel. They start at the exact same corner, and then they walk in perpendicular directions. So Anna heads east at a constant speed, and Manuel heads south at a constant speed. The question is, how can we model the distance that's growing between them?
First up, let's create a super simple linear model for each person individually. Anna's distance from the start is just 4 times the hours she's walked. Emmanuel's is 3 times the hours. 2 separate, very, very simple models.
Okay, now here comes the clever part, the real aha moment. Because they're walking east and south, their paths form the 2 sides of a right triangle. And the distance between them, that's the hypotenuse. Which means we can link their 2 separate models together using the good old Pythagorean theorem.
So when we plug their distance formulas into the theorem and simplify it all down, something kind of magical happens. The distance between them, d of t, is also a simple linear model. It's just 5t. So let's say they have a two-way radio with a 2-mile range. We can now calculate exactly when they'll fall out of contact at 0.4 hours, which is just 24 minutes.
All right, for our final section, let's take this scale and use it for what might be its most powerful application, making better decisions. We're going to build 2 linear models and put them head-to-head to find the absolute smartest choice.
Imagine you're renting a truck. We've all been there, right? Keep On Trucking has a higher fee up front, but they charge you less per mile. On the other hand, Move It Your Way is cheaper to start, but every single mile costs you more. So, which one is the better deal? We can answer that perfectly by turning each option into its own linear model.
So which one is better? Well, the real answer is, it depends entirely on how far you're driving. The key here is to find the exact point where the costs are the same, the break-even point. We do that by setting the 2 equations equal to each other and just solving for the distance, d. And when you do the math, they break even at exactly 100 miles.
This gives us a crystal clear decision point. If your trip is anything less than 100 miles, Move It Your Way is your cheaper option, for sure. But the moment you go over 100 miles, that lower per mile rate from Keep On Trucking starts to save you money. Our model just gave us a clear, data-driven answer, no guesswork needed.
So let's wrap this all up. Whether we're talking about a budget, a town's population, or a business decision, the process is always the same. You identify a starting point, and you identify a constant rate of change. And by turning these everyday stories into simple lines, you gain this incredible power to predict outcomes and make better, smarter choices. It's really like having a mathematical superpower for everyday life.
So I'll leave you with a final question to think about. Maybe a subscription plan, a savings goal, a fitness routine. Just look around your own life. What's one choice that you could understand a whole lot better by modeling it with a simple line? Thanks for watching.